It's raining scruffy. Hallelujah, it's raining scruffy. And welcome to day 2 of ICCC. This is Brown Squadron and Hyperspace Heroes podcast. This is Brown Leader signing in. All wings report in.
Brown 2 is here.
Brown 4 signing in. I was unaware of the vocalizations we were going to do. Sorry.
Too late.
Disappointing. Brownie 1 is reporting for duty.
All right. Well, like I said, we are here day 2 of ICCC. And this is Brownie 1's first visit to ICCC.
Yes.
And
We are the opening.
oh yeah, and this is actually the unofficial
Pre-show.
pre-Katie Sackhoff episode show. It's tune in after on these channels after this episode to see the Katie Sackhoff interview. But this is our 4th trip here, right, guys? I think 4th trip to ICCC.
Yes.
Right.
So forth.
And what are you thinking of the new venue, Sheraton? What are you guys thinking about that?
It's awesome. Lots of room. Everything's nearby. Love it.
Right.
It's amazing, the room sales. I mean, you can see what rooms across the courtyard are.
Right.
Oh, yes.
It's awesome.
It is kind of cool.
Is this the biggest venue you guys have been to here for this convention?
Not the biggest venue in as terms of a venue goes, but the biggest hotel convention center that he's done it in. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is the sweet spot for this.
It is. I think it is.
Agreed.
And we've been frequenting the smoking bench again, and been collecting stories from there.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we've had some.
Oh, yes.
We've had some great celebrity experiences already so far. We had some great interviews yesterday.
I have to say, Warwick Davis definitely remembers Scruffy.
Yeah,
Because he keeps trying to run him down on his
he
thing.
does.
Yes.
So we can see the convention floor from where we're at here in the podcast stage, and just inside, across the hall, we can see the convention floor, and to the left of the doorway is Warwick's table. So yesterday we were doing some interviews, and we kept seeing Warwick speeding across the convention floor, and it was like to the point where it was like, is he doing laps on his Segway, and doesn't that defeat the purpose?
You know what that was? He's just circling like the shark in Jaws. He's waiting for Scruffy to.
He is.
He
He's
was,
got it out
yeah,
for me.
right,
He's got
right.
it out for me. I'm
Doo-dum.
going to segue tracks across my chest.
Doo-dum. Yeah. So with this Brownie 1, with this being your first con, what are you thinking so far?
I don't think I ever want to come back, to be honest with you. No, it's been great. I loved it.
And you have
so
been
far.
listening to
The Hyperspace?
Cue the music. No, it's been great so far. I was telling Brown Leader here yesterday, or like last night, that I was impressed that it's only been a day. It's felt like a week that we've been here just because of how much stuff we did yesterday, I think. Between the interviews, walking the floor a couple times, meeting people, having discussions, we sat in on the Katie Sackhoff
Her show,
podcast,
the taping of her show, yeah.
which was cool. She got to interview Brendan Wayne, and that was cool to hear some of his stories. Yeah, all around it's been great. I don't have any complaints. We got to explore the rooms. The room sales were crazy. I mean, just the amount of stuff that people have is awesome. And some of it I just didn't even know was a thing. So
Right, because this is your first con altogether,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So NerdCon, right?
NerdCon.
First NerdCon altogether.
yeah,
Is there any other kind of con?
There is. There's like work cons and
Wait, what?
yeah, nothing fun, nothing that gives us
I don't know what
podcast
that
time.
don't
Yeah,
talk
so
about
that circling back to that Katie Sackhoff, the taping of her show last night, there were definitely some things that Brendan said that I will definitely, when I do my rewatches, I'm definitely going to be looking at the show differently now, knowing that some of the stuff Brendan went through, his story about basically in season 2 they filmed the finale first, and the first scenes they were shooting were where he dives in front of to save Grogu from getting shot. And what no one knows or didn't know is that his intestines were taped, his body was being taped together under the suit. And they didn't even want him to do the dive, but he was so committed to the character and the role of what Din would do to save Grogu that he did that dive. And it could have literally killed him because he had just been in the hospital like 10 days before. And I think they said he like died 3 times in the hospital or something like that. And I mean, just the level of commitment that the love of the character that Brendan has for Din Djarin it really floored me. I was amazed. And what did you guys think?
He was committed to the bit. I thought it was really cool to hear about the fact that he had a Mando Bible.
Yeah.
Where he actually wrote down like so many of these little things that I wouldn't have thought about that were important for the character. Because obviously he's one of 3 actors in the actual suit. And so doing a lot of the stunts and, like, for example, he talked about always keeping his right hand free because it's his gun hand. Right?
Yeah, so you'll never see Mando carrying anything in his right hand. So when he picks up Grogu, when he does all that, it's always in his left hand. And he loves the character so much. He gets into arguments with Filoni and Favreau and the crew about what Din would and wouldn't do. And he also has recognized the point that they could replace him at any point, because in season 1, he was on a daily contract. So he didn't have a contract for the whole season. He was there, and I guess Katie was key in getting him a longer-term contract in seasons 2 and 3, but he would show up every day not knowing if they'd take him or not. And he was so committed to the role. He loves the role so much that he created this Bible of Din so that if anybody else was in the suit, they could keep the character true to who the character is. And I thought, wow, that's crazy.
That's commitment, and I think that's one of the great things about this convention is both on the main stage and here in the podcast room, you get these stories that you're not going to read in People Magazine or Entertainment Weekly or anything, and you get it this close. I mean, seriously, the front row to us right here is what, 5-6 feet away. You get to see these stars so close, and they tell these really cool stories like that. And it's, I'm going to shut up. Scruffy, what do you got?
Yeah, that whole interview was incredible. Loved the details in it. I loved all the information we got from it. I can't wait for him to. I hope he publishes that book.
Yeah,
I really
I do too.
I would definitely buy that.
So speaking about part of the con is, of course, what did we get? What are the stuff? And not just the items, but the stories. And we've definitely been collecting some stories on this trip down here. And that's the other thing is all the celebrities are right out on the convention floor. So you can just go up to any of them at any time. They're all approachable. And so if you've wanted to meet any of the TMNT movie stars, a lot of Star Wars stars, I can't stress Roger Christian enough. If you're a diehard Star Wars fan, that guy is the guy that made the props that you know and love from the movies. Hans Blaster, the lightsaber hilt, the R2. I mean, he's done and Alien, Nostromo. That was a great story we had with him.
Awesome.
I now, my new adjective for Alien is claustrophobic. I hadn't thought about that before, but when he described that that's the way they designed that set, that is amazing. Because it is. It's exactly what the Nostromo is. It's claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had some great stories, and I think really this morning, Scruffy has the best story of the con so far.
Yes. First in line for the Katie Sackhoff autograph. I walk up and say hi to her. She looks up at me, says hi, looks back down a second, looks back up at me. It says, "Have we met before?" Yes, we have. Celebration Chicago 2019. I remember you. I don't remember your name, but I remember you. I'm like, well, how can you not remember me? I mean,
Well, I will vouch for the story. I was there. It was pretty amazing.
I'm glad I had a witness.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, to get recognized like that, that's amazing. And again, we are the unofficial warm-up show for Katie Sackhoff. She'll be coming on the stage after us in just a little while. So make sure you tune into the ECPC channels, the ICCC, Facebook, YouTube to catch that Katie Sackhoff interview that we're going to be doing live on air today here, part of day 2. But what are some items that you guys, Scruff, I know you got a Grail piece, right, this weekend?
I have bought nothing. I did pick up my EV99. I'm pretty happy with that. Picked up a few hammerheads, just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few. Some miscellaneous droids for the 3 3/4 inch droid line I've got going on behind me on the show. I haven't gone crazy yet.
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 We're still on day 2.
Day is still early.
We're only halfway through the con.
Absolutely.
DB, have you found anything?
Hang on, I got to see if Mrs. DB's watching.
Yeah.
No, I've spent no money at all. No, actually, I've been very reasonable. I've been buying a lot of loose figures for my dioramas. A couple of ships I got my eye on. We'll see how the rest of the con goes.
I've picked up a few R5s for the collection, but actually the coolest thing I think for me that I got for Brownie 1, there's a vendor table out there. They do all 3D printing, and they had remember the old wind-up robot toys with the legs that would move? So they 3D print these Darth Vader heads with the little robot legs that you wind up and it walks.
Nice.
And I picked up one of those. They were only $5 and picked up one of those and gave it to, because it's just weird enough that I knew Brownie 1 would appreciate it.
I was just going to mention that he got that yesterday, and I think I remember saying that. I was like, this is like the perfect thing you could have ever gotten me.
Right?
The most perfect thing.
It's just so weird. and
random,
obscure.
just random enough.
Right?
But also just ridiculously entertaining enough, too.
Right. So what'd you think about the Brownie 1? This is the first time you've seen like room sales at a con. What'd you think about that whole experience?
Way too many people in the rooms. It was hot as hell. No,
You're not wrong.
it was a
Not
lot of
wrong.
fun. I mean, it did feel like a marathon at one point. I feel like. I mean, after like the first couple of rooms, even I was like, well, it was just a lot. I think.
Yeah.
But it was still. I mean, and it might just be because of the fact that there's 10 floors this time around. So like, there's a lot of space between the rooms too. So, but it was really cool. I mean, it was really neat to see everyone's collections, just to see how much people bring to these things. I mean, I could see it on the convention floor, of course, but to see it also, like, some people had their, like, I mean, because, like, the rooms are nice because you've got, like, a little sort of, like, living room space, and you've also got, like, the bedrooms, and some people took both rooms and were just filled with, like, containers and
I
containers.
know. I was like, where do people sleep? It was just, some of those rooms were so packed. It was crazy.
Yeah.
In terms of, unbelievable.
Well, tune in next year when I return. You can swing by my room, and it will be looked just like that. And Scruffy will be selling part of his soul.
You just see, the door will be open. You just see these wisps flowing out the door as
Yep,
each piece
yep.
is sold. Yeah.
Well, and
Bring a box of Kleenex, because I'll probably cry.
Right.
you know, to add even more, last night we had the lobby sales where anybody could bring things down to the hotel lobby, and it's all in one spot, and that's just madness.
So, Scruff, I got to ask, how are you feeling this morning? Because there was that one piece on the floor sale that.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. And
All that work, and you didn't even buy it.
and I love you for that. I do. Regret. Just gonna, regret.
Yeah. So every
And that-
collector,
and
every
that piece
collector
is
knows
gone.
that feeling, right?
And that piece is gone.
Yeah, that piece
It
is
left.
gone. Yep, he left the con already, so there is no second chance
Yeah.
on that one.
Nope.
No, right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, we got basically 2 full days left. What are you guys looking forward to? And we'll wrap this up.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Second.
Lee, are you serious?
I'll sleep on Monday while you're driving home.
Right. Oh, there's a mouse
Yeah,
droid that
that's
just
enough.
went by.
Oh, what, mouse droid just went by?
Yeah, mouse droid.
I'm gonna build
all
one
right.
of those for
So,
next year.
like I said, we are on day 2 of ICCC here at the Sheraton, or not the Sheraton, the Embassy Suites in Murfreesboro. Make sure that you swing by. Katie is only here for today, and as we said, she's going to be the next podcast interview after this one. So make sure you're following ICCC on Facebook to get to watch that. And she's also only going to be here today to do autographs, but we got Warwick Davis, we got TMNT stars, we've got a whole ton of people here that there's still a chance to come down today, tomorrow, get your photos, get your autographs, and yeah, with that, I think we'll sign out. And thanks for watching today. Come on down to the con. We'll see you. We're doing autographs for free, by the way, just so everybody knows.
Yep.
And
Swing on by.
Well, not for free. I mean, we're going to charge a
Well.
little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
I have limits on what I'll autograph.
right.
Yeah,
So,
right.
All right. So thanks for watching. This is Hyperspace Heroes, and that's
That's
no
no
moon.
moon.